What happens when Batman loses everything and gains the power of a god? He shatters the multiverse, and the only one left to clean up his mess is Ben 10. Welcome to the Stellaverse, a dark cinematic reality where Bruce Wayne is the ultimate villain, and a variant known as Ben XM is the universe's last hope. Who is Ben XM? XM stands for 10 million, but it doesn't mean 10 million aliens. It symbolizes 10 million possibilities from a broken future that is desperately trying to rebuild. Rebuild from what? From the destruction caused by Batman. Yes, in this reality, the Dark Knight is the ultimate villain. Created by Instagram artist Sci Stella, this is a massive, dark, epic fantasy alternate universe where worlds collide, and Ben 10 is the last hope to fix a shattered multiverse. Today, we are breaking down the insane lore, the dark new alien designs, and why Batman had to be stopped. Before we look at the Omnitrix, we need to talk about the villain, the one who conquered. In an alternate reality, a Thanos variant arrives, but it's actually Irwin from the grim adventures of Billy and Mandy with a twisted sense of justice. Irwin snaps his fingers, and Damian Wayne fades to dust. Blinded by grief and absolute rage, Batman suits up in a massive suit of armor that looks strikingly similar to the Hellbat. Batman knocks this Thanos out with a single punch and takes the Infinity Gauntlet for himself. Now wielding the power of a god, Batman gazes across a massive multiverse. Seeing worlds like the Spider-Verse, Danny Phantom, and American Dragon, he mends his broken universe, rewriting it into a perfect world with no crime and no loss. But perfection is hollow. With no purpose left, Batman feels utterly empty. To regain the spotlight, he starts manufacturing his own villains and staging catastrophic fights just to play the hero again. He becomes addicted to the glory, descending into madness, flanked by corrupted allies like Kara Danvers. The only thing standing in his way is Ben XM. His outfit is a direct callback to classic 10-year-old Ben, while his physical build mirrors the legendary Ben 10,000. But the Omnitrix is entirely unique. It has extra strands bleeding off it, making it look and act like a liquid symbiote. When Ben transforms, the watch doesn't just flash, it physically wraps around his entire body in 4 fluid stages. The selection interface is also completely overhauled. Instead of a simple dial, it projects a massive, holographic solar system style menu, displaying a full 3D projection of the alien before he even locks it in. The alien designs in the Stellaverse lean heavily into a gritty, cinematic aesthetic, making them some of the most unique variants out there. Let's break them down. Heatblast. At first glance, he looks classic, but the rock patterns are sharper. The biggest change, he ditches the 2 toes for wide, flat feet similar to Swampfire. Plus, he has an upgraded form that burns with lethal, blistering blue fire. Now, could this be a reference to the time Ben had a cold and Heatblast started throwing ice? It's a legendary callback if true. 4 arms. His face has been completely reworked, complete with visible ears and strange glowing lights embedded in his shoulders. And man, this design is intimidating. His shoulders and arms are so massive that his head looks tiny in comparison. But look closer at those 2 glowing things on his shoulders. Is it holes or some kind of tech? I have a theory. I think those are actually injector tubes. In a universe where Batman has gone dark, it's possible those tubes are pumping in DC Comics Venom, the same super steroid Bane uses, directly into the transformation to push his strength past its natural limits. XLR8. This speedster gets a Power Ranger style visor. Interestingly, the iconic wheel feet are gone, replaced by actual toes, and he's surrounded by flash-like blue lightning. Ghost Freak. This is pure nightmare fuel. He's detailed with strange, thorny textures, a Monkey King style halo on his head, and glowing skeletal structure. I think those are actually spikes or blades, similar to the ones Z Scare used to have on his hands. It makes him look way more dangerous, like a weaponized phantom. But the craziest part? He is physically bound to the ground with heavy shackles, and extra hands reach up from the earth to grab him. Is this to stop him from escaping the Omnitrix, or to keep Ben from losing control? Upgrade, an absolute peak design. He looks entirely liquid, featuring intricate technological circuit patterns inside his body and tattoo-like details mapping his hands. Feedback, sporting a single-lensed glass over his eye like Bullfrog. His antenna plugs are much thinner, and his feet have been heavily armored to look like a Knight Sabaton's. Diamond Head. Speaking of knights, Diamond Head is a literal medieval paladin, encased in shiny crystal armor and wielding a massive broadsword. This aesthetic goes incredibly hard. Big chill. The classic silhouette is there, but the cloaked form is rendered with hyper-realistic textures. Wildmutt? The scale here is massive. Wildmutt is gigantic, functioning as a beast of burden with a large saddle on his back. Sitting on top are Gwen and Kevin. Gwen is using magic to levitate a mysterious book, and standing right behind her? Dipper Pines from Gravity Falls. Echo, mimicking his alien force look but with a twist. The Ultimatrix symbol on his chest acts as a digital counter, displaying the exact number of clones he's made. Hovering above him is Ultimate Echo, hinting that the ultimate form might act as a hive queen while the smaller ones act as deployable minions. Alien X, featuring Bellicus and Serena. This gorgeous starry design actually pays homage to another incredible creator, creature feature Gonager, borrowing from his Ben 10 recalibrated universe. I really want to see this Alien X fight Element X armor Batman. Max Power. Finally, we get Ben's Kryptonian transformation based on DC's Absolute Superman. He radiates a sparkling, liquidy Kryptonian energy, just like the Absolute Superman. And the best detail? Look closely at his cape. It's patterned exactly like Grandpa Max's classic Hawaiian shirt. But here's where things get interesting, and honestly, a little confusing. While the Absolute Superman we know radiates a fiery, aggressive red energy, Ben XM's version is sparking with this intense, bright white Kryptonian radiation from his hands and boots. It makes you wonder, is this actually an ultimate version of Absolute Superman? Or does the symbiote Omnitrix stabilize that raw energy into something even more pure? I'm not entirely sure, but the visual of that white energy against the black and white suit is absolutely lethal. The Stellaverse isn't just about Ben and Batman. The background art reveals the Council of X, characters from Avatar, The Last Airbender, Danny Phantom, Miles Morales, Spider-Gwen, and the Teen Titans, including Raven, Starfire, and Blackfire. We also see future evil versions of the Robins and the Bat family. This is a universe where every animated icon has been dragged into a brutal war against an unhinged Dark Knight. Massive shout out to Sci Stella for this masterpiece. Now, if you're obsessed with these Ben 10 alternate universes like I am, you do not want to miss what else is out there. I've put together a massive playlist right here where I've broken down all the best and absolute Ben 10 AUS, from the darkest timelines to the most insane alien redesigns. Click that playlist now and let's keep the deep dive going. What do you think of these dark redesigns? Let me know in the comments below. Drop a like, make sure you're subscribed to Geeky Fanverse, and I'll see you in the next breakdown.